In this video, I will show you from zero how to develop your presentation of your data, applying the statistics that you find in your survey. So first of all, I will use, in this case, SurveyMonkey or Google Form. It's the same at the end. We just will download the answers that we obtain when we administrate the survey. So remember, once we create the questionnaire in Google Form, we have to download the answers. If we create the survey in SurveyMonkey, we have to download the answers to Excel. Once we have the answers in Excel, we will create pivot table. And when we create the pivot table, we will create graphic. Once we create the graphic, we add the analysis. We transfer this data to PowerPoint. And in the PowerPoint, we will add a presentation page, which is the first one. Second, we will add the methodology, of course, introduction, because what we did, what is going on here. We are doing a research to detect the satisfaction with the technology, for example. And then we explain the methodology, how we distribute the questionnaire, where we send it. We send it using the technology, using SurveyMonkey, using Google Form. We send a link to the population. We obtain a sample, etc., etc. So we explain that in the methodology. I will show you now. And then the third step, of course, the results, frequencies, table, analysis. And the last one, conclusions and recommendation. How we will use the data to improve the organization that we have. But before of all of this, we already developed the analysis, right? So when this analysis, what is the analysis? What happened? What happened in the survey? What was the result that we obtained from these tables and this graphic? So when we explain that, we are able to make our our critical process thinking. And once we think, we can say what is the result on this survey. And also you, as an administrator, as researcher, will be adding your recommendation to the institution, to the organization, to the product, to the service that you are researching at this time. So let's do it. Once I have my data, right? In the case of applied business statistics, I will go to lesson, and in the lesson number 10, I have my file there. I have my file. So you don't have to do too much. You just can hit in download, and you download the original Excel document. Okay, so that's what you're gonna get. I did it for you. So you have the data already downloaded. But what about if we don't have the data download? In the real life, you're not gonna have a teacher that will download for you. Maybe you will have an assistant that will do for you, but you will know how to download, okay? So let's go to SurveyMonkey. In this case, I'm in SurveyMonkey. And I am here in collect responses, right? None of you have this system because this system I am paying the subscription for you. So you don't have to do anything with this, okay? So I click on Analyze Results. I am showing you so you can see how I obtain the data, okay? So I have the data here, look, okay? Now I click on Export File. I click on Save. First, go to SurveyMonkey. Second, analyze results. This is a survey that I already developed, okay? You don't have access to that. It's just for you to know. So I click on that and I click Export File. Third step, Export File, and I will click on All Response data. I click on that, and then XLX, current view, and that's it. Export. Your export has started. So you will see that it's gonna pop up Excel like this. That's what you're seeing on the screen right now. I hope you are seeing, yes, you're seeing how it's downloading for you. So that's what you're gonna see, but you have it already in the lesson 10 for the ones that are in applied business statistics. I also have another way to obtain my data, and I have to stop here because I have some communities that need help on this. So if I'm in Google, if I download my data from Google Form, from my community form market research method, I will go to my Google Form and I click on Form. First step, my Google, my personal Google, or in this case, a form. It depends where you create your survey. So once I'm in Google, google.com, I will go to the dots. And then once I am in the top, Bielka, but I don't look my Google like you with these stars, with this stuff. It's fine. It's just I have this format, but it doesn't. You don't need to have this. So I click on forms, and that's how I collect my data from Google Form. Now it's asking me to log in, blah blah blah. You don't need to do this. It depends on your computer, on your login. I am doing now with you. Yes, it's me. So now I'm here in my Google Form. Once I am in my Google Form, I click in the last survey or in the survey that I am interested to have the data. I click on the survey, and this is the survey that I want to obtain the data. I click on responses, and then I click on view in sheets. And that's, ta-da, when you download your results from your survey. Okay, and you will see all the data. Why you're seeing this? Because I already create some pivot table and stuff, but you will see a plain Excel like this, like you have on the screen. Now we have our Excel. What we're gonna do with Excel? Create pivot table. So we will download the Excel, right? And I'm gonna use this Excel because that's the one I download from SurveyMonkey, okay? I have to clear my data. I'm gonna put a name in my desktop, always give you this advice. This happened. Sometimes you lose the data. That happened to me many times. So let's call it practice. Practice. Reform University Satisfaction Survey. This is how I call my survey. Your survey have different numbers. It's up to you. Some of you are doing different kind of topic. Okay, I delete this. And then I deleted why? Because there was some empty spaces. So I don't need that. And for this practice, I won't use all the variable. In the real life, yes, we will use all the variable. I will keep 5 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or I'm gonna keep 6, okay? I'm gonna keep 6, delete. I did right click with the mouse and delete. That's it. And I'm gonna keep nothing else. I don't wanna keep too much because I want that you see how it works, okay? Comments I will do at the end. I will delete it because why you're deleting? I have it from the system. I have it online, so it's okay. Let me see if I am connected. Stay on the corner. Okay, let me keep showing you the Excel. Okay, so we will do together. Yes. So let me show you. This is not the Excel I was cleaning for you. Okay, here. Okay, you have it. You see how pretty it looks? Beautiful, right? So if you want to see everything together in this column, we can give format cell, and I can, actually I can wrap this here and put everything together. You see what I did? I did right click with the mouse, this click, and I click on wrap test. Format cell, wrap test. And then my column become together. So you know how beautiful is this? Okay, so now I will put I'm gonna put border just for my own use, no for anything else, because I won't present that. So the first step is to develop my pivot table with the first column. First column. So I will choose the column. Look what I'm doing. I'm choosing the column going down, down, and I select every single thing until the top. And then I click on Insert, Pivot Table, and then I click OK. And then I put gender in the row, and I put gender in the value. Once I do that, now I have my frequency table. That's my frequency table, like we all know to do in SPSS or in everywhere. And then once I have this, I'm able to create, insert, and I am able to create 3D pie. You see how beautiful is this? I'm gonna use the brush. In this case, I can do this, okay? But if I don't use the brush, I can do right click again with the mouse, and I can click on Format Data Cell, and I click Value, Percentage, etc. And I am able to see. If I don't want to see the value because it's going to make me confused, I don't click in value. I can click on series name, category name. It depends my needs, how I want to present. You see how beautiful is this? It's awesome, right? And then I can change many things, many things. I can change the color. I can change everything if I click in fill. And what I do in real life, I like to use organizational, corporate colors. Okay, so for example, if I'm working with an institution that the corporate colors reform, because let's use Reform University because that's the example, okay? So for Reform University, you know that they use the purple. That's the color of the school, usually purple, and they usually do white, purple and white. That's usually the colors for the school. So I will do that. I will do that. Purple and white. And they usually do blue too. So I can do purple and blue. Okay, remember, it's up to you. It's up to you, but always follow the, kind of corporate colors. But this is not the class, right? Anyway, let me do a little gradient maybe. It's very amazing how you can do this, but it's okay. I don't gonna stay too much on this because the video is gonna be long. Here I click on total, and remember it's gender, student gender, to make it less confusing, because remember we are talking here about students. This is my service about students. So that's the first step, and I'm going to call this gender. Okay, so now I have my first variable. Let's go to the next. Let's keep working. Second variable will be age. Let me make sure I'm recording because this is kind of special here. I don't record. Yes, we are recording. So let's go with the second variable. The second variable is age. I click on age. You see that I'm selecting since down since the end to the top. So I click on age, and I click insert, and I click in pivot table. So let's do a pivot table. Here in the corner, pivot table. It's up to your computer. Sometimes you won't have the option in the same place I have it. But if you don't see it, in insert, look, try to see in the menu if there is something that you can do. Actually, you have pivot chart here. You see? Type pivot chart. So we can do at the same time the pivot chart. I'm gonna do histogram. For this case, column. I'm gonna do cluster column to show you how it works. Okay, and boom, you see how amazing is this? Now we are on the age. Let's call age. I click on the I always forget the name of this tab, and then I write age. I just click and write and type age. And now I want to see my data label, a data label. I want to see that. If I want to see more stuff, like, for example, category name, I can do that. It's going to be confusing. Series name is going to be kind of confusing. Value, legend key. No, I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's how it's looking right now. It's just showing my frequency. I can also make sure they show me the graphic also with the percentage. I can do that too. So it depends. It's up to you, you know, to make it more dynamic. We make it with the percentage and everything. So I always like to go to this part. I click on this in the graphic, in the whole graphic, and I click on format plot area. Now it's showing everything. It's showing percentage, frequency. If it's okay for you. It's up how do you feel, you know, how do you feel as researcher? Okay, so this is age. This is age of the student. Why I do this is to make it less confusing, you know, so nobody will be confused. Because remember, some people will just see this without you. Some people just will receive an email with the information. Some people just will receive like paper with the data. So we have to make it easy to read, because remember, it's not you. It's not about you. It's about them. How we can make them understand what we are doing. Okay, let me go again with insert, and I'm gonna go with pivot table. Pivot table, now we have three. We're gonna have three graphic. You see, I am asking for 5 for this work. Okay, so now I have this, and I will select just the area of my graphic. I won't select the grand total because it's gonna give me kind of hard time, and I don't wanna have it for this. So I click on this, and I will use my percentage to make it more understandable. Of course, always you will, in the real life, percentage, okay? There are some cases that you will need to show another kind of information, frequency, etc. But again, everything depends of your needs at that time. Now we have three variables. You see how amazing we are doing and fast, very fast. Now we have three. Let's go to the next. I'm gonna put a name here. I'm gonna call it data set. We can do, I accidentally open one tab. I just can delete. It's okay. This is my data set. This is the one I'm interested about. Remember, I obtained this data from Google Form. I can obtain this data from, I obtained this data from SurveyMonkey. I can do it from Google Form. It doesn't matter. I click on Insert, Pivot Table, and then OK. And then I drag my variable to row, and I drag my variable to value. See, that's okay. We are here, right? And then if you want to see this together, you just click on that, do right click, and click on format cell, and click on wrap text. Here, look what I'm doing. And now it's not showing. Let me see. You know why it's not showing? Because my this cross, if I put it closer, now it's gonna wrap. Now you will see how it wrap. You see? Assignment in the courses. Because this number is so big, we will cut it. I'm gonna cut it. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to do again wrap test because I think I didn't do it. Insert. I did right click, format cell. Let me see. Now it's looking better. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going because we don't have too much time for this, right? Let me open this a little bit more. And now it's better, right? When you need some lines, you click on this cross and then all border, and then you can see all your border, okay? Click in or select everything on the pivot table, but not the grand total. So it doesn't make you in a stress later. So then you click on chart. I will use 3D pie and I will add my percentage. I did right click, format data series. Format data series. I'm doing something. You can use this format here and also click on format data label. Okay. And it's gonna, if you click percentage, it's the same. Okay. Value. And click on value. I don't gonna do value. I prefer to do category name because it's less confusing for my user, okay? It's just an example. Again, up to you. So evaluation of the, remember which variable we were doing, quality of what? You remember what was the quality of assignment of the course. So I will do evaluation of assignments in the courses. And that's the variable I have right now here in this chart. Okay, so we have 3 variables, assignments. Now this is the next variable that I'm evaluating in this survey. Now I have 3. I have 3 or 4. I have 4. Wow. Now we are in the last. But for the last one, I want that you learn something. I want that you see how I show when I have a variable that is qualitative variable. And look at the end of the survey, I have a question which is qualitative. When you are in a hurry, in the real life and you have to present data, and if you are doing SurveyMonkey or Google Form, or also, I guess, JotForm do the same, they show you the graphic. You just, with the snipping tool, you can just cut your graphic, new, and I just put this in PowerPoint and I'm done. I'm done. So this is another way you can present your data in the real life. In this case, I'm going a little bit forward. I'm moving better. I'm doing a better job because I'm transferring my data. You see how different is the graphic in SurveyMonkey than Excel. The quality that Excel provides you is better to show your data. So it's better. My advice for every single professional is to use your Excel. Again, there will be sometimes that you are in a hurry and you won't have a choice. So, yes, you will need that. You will need to move quickly, and that's all. If you want to show the information qualitative data, like I'm doing now, I just copy and paste, and that's it. Control C. I click on my, let me show you so you can see. On my keyboard, I did Control C at the same time. Control C, and I copy my text. Okay, Control C. And then when I go to PowerPoint, I do Control V, and that's it. Okay. Let's show you how I will present my data. I'm making mess here. Okay, let me show you how I will present my data. I click in PowerPoint, and I will do a new PowerPoint, new blank presentation. I will choose some design, right? You will have different designs depending what kind of PowerPoint you have, what kind of designs you have in your computer, etc. So I will do something the most corporate style I have here in this computer, which is not too much. Usually when you have your companies by your own, you will have your format established. It's very important that you do that. Let me show this. So first page will be presentation, right? So survey, uh, satisfaction survey. I will use the topic I'm doing right now is Reformed University. Uh, Reform University satisfaction. I will do that. Reformed University satisfaction survey. Satisfaction survey. Very important when you do your presentation. When this presentation happened? When? This was in March, March 16. So March, I can say March 2024 is fine. But if I want to be more specific, March 16. And in this case, today is Saturday. At this moment, I'm doing this video. So I will use in real life general data. Like I won't use the Saturday. I will put the next working date, which is Monday. That's what I will do if I'm new and I have to present data. Okay, insert. I don't like this. I don't like this font, for corporative work, but this font is not good for corporations. It's very informal. I don't like it at all. Insert, I will change this to Taoma. Yeah, Taoma is a better option for the corporation. And yeah. Anyway, something like this, right? It's a practice, but I need that you learn the best way possible. So once I have this, let's say effectiveness department. So when you are doing your real life survey, you will add the department who created. If you want to move forward and put your name, depending what you are doing, okay? If you're representing a company, it's your own research company, you put the name. Okay, before I keep going, I will save my presentation just to, presentation. I will call it presentation. Presentation. And that's how I start. And then, very important, I will show you the best way I can. So I will do introduction. In the class, I didn't put that page because I was trying to move fast with you. But I will do my introduction because I'm recording video and then methodology. Okay, very important to explain what we did, how we collect the data. Methodology. And the next step is the results. Let me make sure I'm recording because if not, I lose the recording. I don't want to lose it. Okay, and the next step is the methodology, right? And the next one, new slide, will be results, people. Results. Results, and I will call it and analysis. Okay, real life example. And then you remember that we have qualitative question, okay? Or open. You can say open because not everybody will understand, right? Everything you put. You are the researcher. So I will copy I don't know if it's gonna work. Yeah, I remember this. That happened to me before. I remember my stories with Survey Monkey in the past. But that's good to remember. It's always good to think on this system. Let me go file. Hmm. There is something I want to do that I'm not finding the option. Okay, here we go. That's why I want. That's what I want. Okay, when you are copying something, check very good what you will do, because look, click on test. You see? Because if you're doing text, it's gonna work better for you. Look what happened. I'm gonna delete all of this. This is my open question, remember. Remember that I tell you, I will copy you the open question so you see what I'm doing, okay? So you can delete this. You have all of this in your SurveyMonkey already. So you don't need this. You see what I'm doing? I'm cleaning my data to put the open questions here. If you say, oh, I want to see the dates when they send it, you can leave it. It's up to you. Okay, so what I have right now, it's all my qualitative answer. Don't miss any, because what we are reporting is what our population say, and we respect that, and we don't change that, okay? That's okay. We respect that and we maintain it, keep it, right? So that's it. I think there was something missed here, or it's the same opinion here. I think it's the same opinion, that's why. If we are not sure, we go back and check, making sure everybody is included, okay? That we don't forget anybody. And then here, I'm recording, right? Yes. In my introduction, I will do every year, Reform University develop the satisfaction survey. I will do my caps lock. I love caps lock, but it's not very good to use. Satisfaction survey in March, in order to accomplish the standards. This is me creating an example for you, okay? In order to accomplish standards in education sector, and in addition to create a database that can be useful. Remember, this is using Reform University example. What we can do, anything. We can do Apple, Google, Amazon, you name it, your own company. It's up to you. It's up to your needs. It's depending what is the study you're creating. I put you the database of Reformed to create this data in Applied Business Statistics. And in market research method, we are using the survey that we create in Google Form, which is something that you did by yourself in the topic that you are interested in studying. So that's the reason of this. Every year, Reform University develops satisfaction survey. In March, you will talk about your survey now. In addition to create a database, that this work comes together. Maybe I won't take so much time on this. That can be useful to improve the organization. And I can add a little bit more aspects, but I will leave it like this to create the video. And that's enough for this purpose. And then methodology. So remember how many students we collect data here? It was 29, right? 29, I guess. 20. So we call a survey with 22 questions was created. That's a part of my methodology, 22 questions. And 30 student answer. That's what I'm going to say in this presentation, okay? So a survey with a survey, a survey with, I can say with, I don't know if it's good. 22 questions was created. You will say it better than me, I am sure. And 30 questions were obtained. In this case, remember, as we say in the class, no, if the goal was 200 surveys, we have to collect the amount of surveys that we have in our goal, okay? If we didn't meet this goal, we can say it here also. The goal was not accomplished, etc. Okay? The students were reached by email, and the survey was sent to more than 210 students. Example, okay? Students. The survey is quantitative. The method is, the study is quantitative. The study is quantitative with one open question at the end. Ask, collect comments, okay? What I'm doing here, and as I always tell you, describing what happened, what I did when I administrated the survey. The survey was administrated during February. Let's create an example, okay? February 2024. The students receive 3 messages reminding them to complete the survey. For example, okay? So again, you will create the comments regarding what happened in your survey, how you distributed the questionnaire, okay? I will do again, Tauma. Make sure you put in the real life, very important. In this case, I don't want to be picky, but it's important that you follow the same font. Remember, this is corporate communication, so we don't want to do this wrong way. Okay, results and analysis. And also some companies have their formats. If you have your research company, you will have your format that you will use every time with your customer. So results and analysis, no yet. Actually, yes. Results and analysis, you know what I can do with this? That's the way I do. I'm going to show you my secrets. For this case, remember, these things needs a lot of time. It's not like very simple, like you stop to do in 1 second, but I'm gonna do it like this. Results and analysis, this is my first page for that. And then I keep going to new slide. And then I have my 5 variables. I can go ahead and do it. What is my practice? You remember that was the name of my file? So I go to my first variable. Remember? What was my first variable? Gender. So I'm going to copy everything, okay? I'm going to copy my... Can I copy everything like that? I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be good. Okay. Control V. Yeah, but I don't like this way. I don't like this way to present. I'm going to show you the way I want that you do, okay? Control C, copy just one by one. Yeah, Bielka is more time. It doesn't matter. It's for your own good. And then instead of doing this, I'm going to show you what to do. Do right click and click on this image. You see this little image right here? Picture. That's what the way you're going to paste it, like image. And this is your table. It was good to put the it's okay for now. I won't bother you with the borders. But the borders were good for this case. And then I copy this. Control C, copy, or Control C or copy. And then Control picture. You see, it's gonna copy the picture. And that's it. I put gender and I'm able to see my first variable. Let's go to the next. Very important, analysis, insert. And I'm gonna add a comment text box here. So I will say here 79% of the students. I will say the students because this customer is my population, right? Stated they are female, and 21% male. That's it. This doesn't need so much. Next one, new slide. I click on the right click and I'm gonna put this more tiny. I have to make sure I'm recording. That we don't lose the recording. Let me go with my Excel. Sorry, but I have to do this way because age. I control and copy my frequency table. Go to my Excel, control, and make sure you click on image, picture. Okay. I just did right click again and paste. And then I click on my graphic, Control C, or if I don't see Control C, just copy. Do right click and just copy. That's it. You know, you have many ways to do it. And Control V. You see when I click on Control V, my colors disappear. This is something I like to do because sometimes change and I like it. But actually, I can leave it like this. But for you, for your life, okay, let's do it again. For your life, right click and you can click on this picture, okay? And here, if you just put your mouse in the top, don't click, you will see how Excel will paste your graphic. I like this way it's doing. I'm gonna keep these colors. But remember, we're gonna use corporate. So it's one way. It's just one format. Let me model you the right way because if I keep creative, you then in the real life forget about the corporate image. And I don't want that you forget this because this is good for you to maintain your corporate image all the time. It doesn't matter the document, it doesn't matter what. I can actually move this, you know. I can make some improvement here on this graphic. Okay. Let's do age of the student. It won't take so much time because we make longer, but keep moving as you prefer. Keep moving as you prefer. Let's go with the third variable. What is the variable? Everything that you're studying, everything that changed. I do Control C, and I do my PowerPoint, and I do new slide, and I do right click, and I put my mouse just in picture, and that's the way you will see it's gonna copy. It's gonna paste your image. You see how beautiful is this? Now you paste your image. You can paste everything together like I showed you before, but for presentation, I don't advise you to do that because you remember a lot of stakeholder, investor, you name it, will see your survey. So we want clean and neat. And remember something I'm not doing anymore. Click on save and insert your text. Insert a text box for what? For the analysis. So majority of the students have 35, between 35 and 44. So majority, this is my analysis, okay, of the students state that they have, they belong to the age range between, remember this is up to you how you paraphrase these words, okay? Years. You will do nice anyway, but this is some way that you can present, okay? And then I can maybe put this bigger so everybody can see. And I don't like this font, so I will change my font all the time. Okay, anyway, I'm in the variable 1, 2, 3. Actually, I have 4 already because remember I had my qualitative. So let's do this one. Let's do the quality of assignment. This is a variable that I evaluate in this research. So I select my table, copy, I go to PowerPoint, I open my PowerPoint and I click on Insert, New Slide, and I do right click. Okay, remember if you just put your mouse in the different page option, you will see how PowerPoint will take your paste, and this is the way it's doing now. And then I again go to Excel, Control C, or just do right click and click on copy. It's up to you. Go to Excel again, and again the same. I see how it's gonna look, and I copy my graphic here, and I'm happy with the results. Let's say I'm happy with the results. I'm not. I'm not, because this needs a lot of work. Needs a lot of work, moving titles, you see, putting the things nice, adding the titles again, evaluation of the assignments. Or if, because it's already explained below, I can put assignments and that's enough. Okay, so that's it. Remember, insert every time your comment box, your text box. Why? Because here is your analysis. So we can say that 10% of the students are satisfied with the quality of the assignments. Why, Bielka, you know this 10%? Where is say 10%? If you summarize very satisfied plus satisfied, nobody's dissatisfied here. So 10% of the student population, this is your analysis, of the student population is satisfied with the quality of the assignment. And the same for every single variable. Remember, if you have 10 more variables, 20, anything. Remember, we did like 22 questions. So every time we have a question, is a variable that we have to present to our stakeholder, customer. It depends who's gonna see this presentation. So that's enough for terms of this demonstration to you. And very important to add in the last slide, basically no last, but more or less, right? Until now, let me see. Okay, I'm here. Let me go to my Excel again, and I will do conclusions and recommendation. Usually it's not that fast because we present more variable, but what is my conclusion? What I obtain here? So remember, for example, like I said in the class, we know that 79, maybe put it bigger, 79% of my students are female. So what will be your recommendation? Let's put an example, crazy example, right? That we will say, as researchers, what will be our observation of this? It's necessary. Remember, this comment doesn't apply for this case, but it's necessary to take in consideration the female population in the institution to take care of the needs. For example, if we have a lot of females, how we can provide them programs that help the females. Okay, so let me show you. It's an example because for this case it's maybe not important to take care of female population, female groups. That's it. Okay, let me keep going. Program. You see, for majority of the students they study in business administration program because majority of the students belongs to a BABA program. I will say that so I don't take so much time. What you will say, remember, it's your creativity now, but in the real life, think on the needs of the organization. Okay, no, we don't gonna go creative if we don't know what are the needs of the organization. So we will be creative with the needs of the survey that we are doing. So because majority of the students belongs to BABA program, it's recommended to create a solution, for example, that helps this group to develop the program in shorter time. I don't know. It depends the results of the study, okay? Or to study the program. Now I have something in my head. To create specializations for this sector that can help them to develop the needs. For example, accounting. Remember, this is an idea. Finance, marketing, etc. This is something I'm doing here just to show you how I present my recommendation. But again, this is just to make you the example. So once I'm done with my recommendations and conclusion based on every single result on the survey, I'm done, people. That's it. You can see that I'm done. And this is how my presentation more or less have to look. I have a presentation paper with my department, the name of the community involved, my researchers, introduction, the methodology. Introduction is what we are doing because remember, you will develop many studies. For the same organization, you can have 4, 5, 7, 10, you name it, different research. A research that detects something, detect another thing, etc. Depends. So introduction, methodology, how we did it, how we administrated in person, using the technology, self-administrated, quantitative, qualitative, what we did. Then results and analysis, and I made a presentation page for this, my gender, and here my analysis in the top, analysis I mean below, with my graphic and the percentage. The same here needs an analysis. The same here with the analysis. And once I have every single result of my study, now what I understand, what happened, what I recommend to the organization. And that's all in general terms that we need to present our results in the surveys. That's how we apply business statistics. That's how we apply market research method. Presenting the data that we obtain from the research. And that's it, people. Have this example for your life because that's what we use in the real world to present the data in general terms. Thank you for your attention. If you have questions, of course, you always can call me or text me.